Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Greeting, my friends. Thank you for joining us once again on our regular signposts along the road of change and transformation that we share with one another. And as I promised, as we promised you early in February, that March is going to be a pivotal point. March is going to be one of these months that when you look to them in hindsight, you will say, yeah, a lot of things took place in March that we did not expect. So, for example, the revelations to do with the orchestration of the panic in people in order for them to take the jab was revealed in March. The politicians behind that have been exposed, and this is just the UK side. Of course, in the US, many other things are happening as well. March will also mark the month where the banking crisis began in earnest. And as you see, I believe in the last 7 days, we've had 6 banks that have gone down in the world. There may be only small ones, but they're all connected. Now, obviously, this gives rise to some concerns. And as we've been telling you before, that there are many changes afoot. These changes are for the welfare of humanity. As bad as it may look, and as severe as it may look, the crux is the absolutely essential piece of advice that I can share with you is no matter what you see before you, do not panic. It is not a time to panic. It is not a time to get into anxiety. Recognize that this is a change, a transformation. Everyone and everything is looked after and will be looked after. Of course, those who live in the illusion of bank balances, which is predominantly the Western world, um, well, they're going to take it pretty hard. Those who feel that the bank balance is what they've lived for, those who feel that their retirement funds and their pensions and everything else that goes with it, that has provided them with a level of security, all of a sudden, this is brought to a sense, to a level of insecurity, uncertainty, let alone collapse, which is a whole new ballgame. You can understand how this will increase fear, increase anxiety, etc. So important to maintain practice. We said several years ago there will come a time when meditation is not a luxury but an essential part of being a necessity to life in the chaos that is all around us. And this chaos expected to increase. We are now moving, and to all my friends within the Sikh worldview, Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh, that we have with us the new year now. And this is the year, this is the moment when the energy changes from dormancy to activity. And those people who take use of this energy, make use of this energy, are able to fulfill their agendas, not because they're necessarily good at what they're doing, but the energy of growth takes it forward. So you will have noticed, if you were aware and mindful, that most of the lockdowns that were done, most of the announcements that were done, they were done on key dates. Last year, you need to go and just check up and you'll find that around, middle of September, around the middle of March, around the middle of June, again, equinox, solstice, any of these days where the energy can be used, either for ascending or for descending, right? So when you want to put a lockdown, it's a descending energy. When you want to provide people with a sense of freedom, it's an ascending energy. So those who are mindfully aware will notice we are now moving into the spring equinox over the next couple of days. And you will notice that as the equinox takes place over the next 3 days, 4 days, which is the time it takes, it's not necessarily a 1 day event. As this event is taking place, you will find that there are many ways to use this event. And those who have other agendas may use these events to draw your attention. And once your attention is drawn to something, then it increases that. It just becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. So it keeps you trapped. So this is how it works. So you have an event, Your focus on the event, and then the whole event keeps unfolding, keeps you engaged. And while you're engaged in that, something else is going on the other side. And this is how the whole system has operated for many, many years. And your MSN, your news channels, are absolutely compliant in this, absolutely compliant in this, as are many, many so-called journalists. So this is affecting many, and it'll affect many. It'll affect everyone in the West, but it may not affect everyone in the East and in Asia and Africa, simply because they don't have bank accounts. They don't rely on their sustenance on a few figures held by someone else. Just the absurdity of that to someone with the indigenous worldview would be absurd. That what you're saying is that to sustain yourself, so what you're doing is the foods that you have, you're going to give it to someone else, and every so often you're going to go and get some food which is technically yours, but you're going to give it to someone else to keep, and every time you want it, they can convert it from whatever they're keeping into food so you can use it. There's an absurdity in that. And the absurdity is this, that those who are holding on to your resources may not have your intentions, your best intentions at hand, as will be demonstrated and is being demonstrated for those who have the eyes to see beyond the illusion. And of course, this unfolding now of the revelations to do with the jab, revelations to do with money making, revelations to do with the backhanders, the politicians being compliant. All of these revelations will increase anxiety, will increase anger, will give rise to emotions which are negative, emotions which hold you down. They're natural, but they will hold you down. So again, meditation becomes the cure. Meditation becomes the way to deal with those emotional spaces that can become quite distressing for us to hold. So, coming back to March and the illusions that we have of, and we deserve what we've got coming. And the reason we deserve is because we need, as human beings, need to learn that we are responsible for ourselves. We are responsible for our own health. We are responsible for our own self. We cannot rely on giving our trust to those that manipulate us and those that have absolutely no interest in you, as your medical system has demonstrated. Of course, the normie mind is still in denial and ignorance. And the wonderful thing about what is unfolding at the moment, as the illusions are cracking, is that this normie mind within 2 or 3 months will not be able to uh, either deny or ignore what has unfolded. So a few months ago, I did say that, you know what, this is like their final push for control. Obviously, it's not going to work, but in this, many rules, regulations will be imposed simply to create a particular narrative, but also to demonstrate who has control. So the 15-minute cities, the smart this, the smart that, the electric this, the electric that, the green this, the green that, all these restrictions that are being imposed in order to save you from the crisis of the climate is utter bullshit. It's utter bullshit. It's a narrative that is used exactly like the COVID narrative, exactly like the oil's going to run out, exactly like the Russians are going to bomb you. It's the same rubbish, the same thing. Existence knows what it's doing. The climate is influenced by the sun and everything else that surrounds the earth. The climate is not the amount of CO2 you breathe out or in. This is ridiculous. Yes, you may pollute the world with plastics and other toxins. However, existence has a way of balancing. What's the worst that can happen? Humanity will be wiped out because it's a plague and destroying that which has a natural balance. All the trees, all the grass, all the flowers, all that you see around you. Humanity has no hand in its creation. Humanity has absolutely no hand in its creation. So it has no hand in its control either. And therefore, if the case is that humanity becomes the plague, let it go out like everything else. We get rid of plagues, so the earth will get rid of the plague. And that's where we're at. This depopulation agenda, which has been executed and is going on, as we are seeing around you, I can guarantee you, everyone that's listening to this, just ask the people around you. Many know those who have suddenly, at young age, died either of cancer, heart, stroke. It's the same symptoms over and over and over again. So you can see the population going to a particular space. You can see the impact this is having on children. You can see the impact of the food that's had on humanity, particularly the Western world or the developed world, and how it's weakened it. How it's weakened it to the point that its entire dependency is on the other. It's on that virtual space called government. And as they have demonstrated, they ain't interested in you. So this transition that we're going through, and I know these sounds like absurd remarks that I may be making, but as we said before, we have been on the mark so far. And what we're saying now again is do not be surprised if the things that you see as governments today become a distant memory in 6 to 12 or 18 months' time. Do not be surprised if big corporations start collapsing before your very eyes. The simple reason is that which worked in the previous paradigm cannot work in this new energy. And therefore, it's going to be deconstructed. It's going to be deconstructed. Either you do it willingly or the energy will do it for you. And that's also at a personal level. At a personal level, you either accept things for what they are, including yourself, make friends with that you need to make friends with, keep away from certain energy. And this is the most destructive energy now, the energy of arrogance, the energy of control, the energy of greed, and the energy of resentment. Yeah, resentment. Because someone hasn't done this or someone's done that, that resentment energy. That division is like planting a seed, one pomegranate seed that's going to give rise to a pomegranate tree, which is going to give rise to thousands of pomegranates, each pomegranate having thousands of seeds. That's the consequence. That's the level of consequence now of our interaction. The karmic space is very rapid, and the karmic space is um, we should know better. Yeah. So karma is now teaching you you should know better. And if you don't know better, karma is going to teach you a lesson so you do know better. And this is where we recognize how little control actually we have. And through this, there is a beautiful emergence of something called the recognition of hukam, the unfolding divine paradigm right before you. And the other thing is trust. And trust will only happen when you let go of your ego, because the ego trusts on conditions, and this trust is unconditional. So I will leave you there today. Month of March is going to be a rapidly energetic month, especially now that we've crossing over the energy. The energy is rising. Yeah, after next week, the energy is rising in everything. So, including yourself. So be cautious. Take responsibility of your words, of your thoughts. Stay present. If you have a mantra, stay with your mantra. Yeah, less judgment, less judgment. Yeah, you're not in charge and no one's really interested in what you think. And all we're doing through our judgments are creating karmic fractals that will keep us trapped in that same quagmire. But if you like dirt and like living in the manure, then hey, never better time to do that. So, everyone who's joined us from different parts of the world, my friends in Spain, France, Bridget, Fateh, 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 good to see you guys. Thank you for joining and supporting. So we'll begin with our meditation as usual. And remember that your meditation is so vital now, not just for you, which it'll give you the peace and all that stuff, but more importantly, actually taking the time out to step out. Because the whole world, the whole universe is electromagnetic, which means that its frequencies, it's vibrating, the whole thing is singing. As Nanak said, Gawe ko taan hove kise da. The whole thing is singing. The whole thing is singing in frequencies. You too are a frequency generator, but you're also kicked with the frequency, meaning you're also impacted with other frequencies, right? So as something like ripples coming to you, think of it that way, ripples coming to you. So in meditation, we create something within ourselves which begins to interfere with that which is around us, creating a moment, a space, and a ripple of peace that actually never ends. It just keeps spreading. So never underestimate your 10 minutes of meditation. It can have profound implications, not just to you, but to the whole universe. So, as usual, take your time becoming aware of your body, straighten your back, pull your shoulders back, notice your eyes are closed, notice your mouth is closed, and gently place your awareness within yourself. So, as you breathe in, you become aware of the body itself. And you begin to notice anything within the body that is dominant. Quite a deliberate view. Bring a hula hoop above your head, allow it to move down, and as it moves down, it begins to scan you for sensations. Now, gently bring your focus down to the chair or the seat you're on. Allow your body to be held in place, supported. And this means you can allow the flesh, so to speak, to soften a bit, to relax. Yeah, even though the body is erect and upright, it's not rigid, it's not tense. From those sensations where your body makes contact with your seat, gently bring your focus up. As you breathe out, you bring this focus down your thighs towards your knees. From your knees, you bring this focus down to your ankles. Notice your feet. And then notice the soles of your feet. Bringing your focus back to the seat you're on. Notice that the back is straight, upright. And then bring your focus gently up from your lower back, moving it gently up towards your middle back. From your middle back, you gently bring it up towards your shoulder blades. Notice your shoulders. And as you breathe out, you bring your focus down from your shoulders to your elbows. From your elbows to your wrists. Notice the palms on your hands. Notice the fingers on your hands. And then gently bring your focus towards your eyes. Notice what you're aware of. Are you aware of the darkness or the light? Notice that you are, in fact, awareness. And this awareness cannot be switched off. No matter what you do, it cannot be switched off. You're always aware. Awareness is your essential quality. And then as you breathe out, you allow this part of the body to soften, bringing your focus towards your mouth as you breathe in. Notice the sensations within your mouth. Notice the sensations on the roof of your mouth. Inside cheeks. The tongue. Does your tongue feel firm or soft? Allow it to soften. Allow your jaw to soften. And then allow your face to soften. Bringing your focus just beneath your nose. And as the breath comes in, bring your focus to your body as best as you can. And see if you can notice how you feel, how the body feels. Allow it to relax, relaxing every single cell in your body. Allowing your nervous system to switch off. Allowing your heart to find its natural beat. On your next breath in, bring your focus to your inner space. Bring your focus towards your thoughts. Does your mental space feel alert or drowsy? Are you able to focus or are you distracted? The mind is busy. Bringing your focus now towards your chest. Notice the movement of your chest in rhythm with your breath. And then gently bringing this focus to your very heart, right in the middle of your body as best as you can. And just hold it there. And as you hold it there, notice how you're feeling. How does this moment feel? Comfortable or uncomfortable? Hold your focus there as best as you can, right in the very center of yourself. Open to whatever you're feeling, however you're feeling. Open to it. On your next breath out, gently opening your awareness to all the sounds around you. Notice you can listen to the things that are close to you. Listening, listening. Allow the bell to take you beyond your boundaries. Listening. Gently bring your focus just beneath your nose and begin to watch your breath. Allow the breath to breathe by itself. And all you're doing is simply watching the in breath from the start till the end, watching the out breath from the start till the end as best as you can. Stay with your breath. Begin to follow your out breath all the way till the end. And as you follow your out breath all the way till the end, allow your body to soften. Stay with your breath, following your out breath all the way till the end. Notice when your out breath finishes. Notice how you're breathing now. How does the breath feel? Bringing your focus now to the sound of your breath. Try and listen to the in breath as it comes in, listening to the out breath as it goes out as best as you can. And now, on your next breath out, once again, you open your awareness to all the sounds around you, including the sound of your own breath. You're present to your breath, but you're open to all the sounds around you. And as you follow the sound of this bell into the silence and peace, the vibrations and ripples extend into the infinite universe. Allow your awareness and intention to follow the breath and move now to the sound. And deeper. Notice your experience. If it feels peaceful, focus on the peace. If it's silent, focus on the silence. the stillness, the absence of suffering, the presence of peace. On your next breath in, bring your focus beneath your nose and sit with your breath in silence. When you breathe out, expanding your awareness to include your body, bringing your focus to your seat, notice you're still in the same place, held in place, sensations where your body makes contact with the seat. From those sensations, gently bring your focus up to your hips. As you breathe out, bring this focus down your thighs very gently, allowing that awareness, allowing that peace to embody us, to be present to the body itself. From your knees, moving down to your ankles, notice your feet, soles of your feet. Once again, coming back to the seat you're on, your back is straight and upright, shoulders are relaxed, arms, hands are comfortable, your eyes are still closed, your mouth is still closed, and your face is relaxed. Coming back to your breath. And now, as you breathe in, you sense your body. As you breathe out, you sense your body. Allowing existence to flow in its own rhythm. And all you do is simply synchronize, align yourself with it by grounding yourself in the peace of now. When you hear the next bell, use this bell to draw a few short, deep breaths in, and then in your own good time, gently opening your eyes. Take your time.